Hello, hello. How are you? I am Kalua. I hope you're amazing. I know it is an unusual day for me to be popping in here, but it is Sunday, but it is the Sunday after Imbolc, right? Imbolc is the that midway point between winter and spring, and it's that time where we start to see the light, the hope, right? The light at the end of the tunnel. The everything underground is starting to wiggle and warm up, and the days are starting to get a little bit longer, right? So one of the things I've been talking about with people is heating things up and adding a little bit of fire again back into what we're doing, whatever it is, right? And winter's a season of water, so it's a season of imbalance, and so we counterbalance it with the opposite season, and that's fire, summer. So getting a little bit of fire back in, and there's all different ways of doing that. But one of the things that I've found really fascinating is here we are, we just passed into Imbolc. So, I talked about this the other day, but we just passed into Imbolc, and now here we are in a full moon in Leo. Leo, of course, being a fire sign, it's very much about the sun, right? And Leo is confidence. And so feel like I just felt like I just wanted to be here. Okay. I just felt like it was a really good time to come and say hello. And you know what? Let's see if we can get a little bit of guidance for this full moon in Leo. Um, so bringing some of that sun, that fire back into things and to give us a little bit of an oomph, basically. So without further ado, all right. I am going to pull up. Okay. Our path here for this full moon in Leo. Okay. And so we start with gratitude. And I think this is a really important card. I talked earlier in the week that, for a couple of weeks, the energy has been pretty dense. It's been pretty heavy. It tends to happen in winter, right? And so that's why we want to counterbalance now and lighten things up, right? So how can we do that? With gratitude? And it's funny because I came into my room the other day and I was like, oh, it feels cluttered. Time to clear, time to clear things back out again. And one of the things I found was my old gratitude journal that I hadn't been using quite as often. I had switched up my gratitude practice a little bit. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this again in a different way. And so, that's the fun thing. You get to always change things up and shake them up. If they get boring or not inspiring anymore, you get to shake it up. But so for me right now, I'm doing 3 things from my day that I'm grateful for, right? From that day. So at the end of the day, I'm just writing them down and putting them there. It can be super simple, it can be silly, it can be anything, but it just gets you into that really positive state. And to do it at the beginning or end of the day is a really powerful time. End of the day, that's basically shaping your brain to process all of the good and create more good in the next day. So, and then to start your day with it, it's again, just that idea of starting on a high note. So, getting back into that gratitude, all of the things that we are happy for, all of the things that you know what, not even happy, content. The things that bring us contentment. I think contentment is so overlooked, yet so powerful. The things that bring you contentment in your life, right? Just celebrating them a little bit and giving them some homage, right? And what comes up next is power. Okay. So I truly believe that as you lean into that, lean into the gratitude, lean into the things that, the things that make you you. So here's a little bit of a caveat that's coming up with the gratitude is not just grateful for the good things, okay? Grateful for the challenges, grateful for your darker side, right? Maybe your darker emotions, the darker things, because all of it is you. All of it is you. Okay? There is no perfect and imperfect. There's just different states and levels of being and learning and growing and experiencing. Hey, Rodney, so good to see you. Um, so, yeah, the more that you are able to lean into gratitude for all the parts of you, all of the experiences that you're having, right? I say all the time, everything is happening for you, not to you. And sometimes that's tough. Like I've witnessed some pretty, I'll just say it, some pretty shitty things this last week. Um, and sometimes it can be hard to say like, oh, how is this happening for me, right? You might not know in the moment. You might not know in the moment, but maybe having that gratitude that it is still happening for you, even if you don't know why, even if you don't know them yet, even if you're upset right now, it's okay. It is okay. And having that trust and faith that you are experiencing this to lead you further into your power. Okay. This is all about you becoming the most empowered version of you. And one of my favorite things is sometimes your intuition leads you right into the fire if there's something to learn from that. And sometimes it walks you around it, but it just depends where the best lesson is for you. So just knowing that everything is happening for you, that all of this is helping you become the most dynamic, amazing, empowered version of you if you're owning it, if you're doing the gratitude, the personal responsibility, right? Appreciating it, loving it, knowing that it's part of your experience, that tapestry of you. When you own it, that's it. Boom. Right? Nobody can take it away from you. No one can knock you down for it because you own it. Right? A lot of times we don't own things because we're worried about what people will think or people finding out. Or if you already appreciate it and love it about yourself, then nobody can take it away from you. So own those shadows, own it all. Okay. And it's bringing you into your power. And growth is the next one that's coming up, which um is really cool because, spring is coming, right? And spring is when things tend to sprout. But what I'm getting a sense of is all of this is starting the growth now. And I had been talking about this with some clients, that underground growth, right? Sometimes the bamboo, right? The bamboo, you got this little bitty thing of bamboo. It's maybe this big. I had in Florida, I had a bamboo like this big. I put it in the ground and it looked like this for I don't know how long. Like nothing was happening, but there was something happening. It was all underground. Everything was happening underground. It was creating this massive root system. And then all of a sudden, I mean, I had a forest of bamboo. Anybody who's had bamboo, right? And it was this amazing thing. My neighbors asked, like, can they chop it down? They made this whole like canopy thing to get married under with it. What an amazing gift. But it all started with that rooting, that growth underground, creating those strong roots so that you could be the most powerful version of you, right? The strongest, the most flexible, right? You want to be able to flow and move with things, but you also want to be grounded and rooted. And that's what I'm getting the sense of is that's what's happening for you now. You might not be seeing the growth just yet. It doesn't mean it's not happening. Okay. So grateful for all the small little victories, for the shadows, for, the good, the bad, the ugly, right? All of it. Grateful, leading you into your most empowered self and that growth happening. So that is what I'm getting for this beautiful full moon tonight. And, just a reminder, don't forget to put your crystals out and charge those up, right? It's also a really good time to, if you do like smudging, things like that, right? Rosemary or sage or Palo Santo. I like the idea of smudging right now because, again, that's warm. It's right, kind of a fire, bringing some warmth back into the season and warming things up. So, really good night for all of that. Again, if things are going great, mwah, great. I love it. But I do know that a lot of my community has been leaning in because things have felt heavy, and it's okay. It's okay. You've got this. You've got this. I see you. I love you. I believe in you. Thank you for the hearts and comments. You're welcome. Thank you, Rodney. Yeah, amen, right? Reach out if you have any questions, if you need anything. I hope this was super helpful for you. And I will see you next time. Bye.